One of the biggest mistakes I see people who are overweight, especially in the higher obesity ranges, above 100, 120 kgs make, is they are always trying to reduce the quantity of food. And every patient comes here and tells me, Sir, मैं अभी कम खाता हूँ. Now this कम खाता हूँ or trying to control portion size, which is essentially drastic reduction in volume of food, naturally will not give satiety to a person of that weight range. So what is the solution then? The solution I always tell them is there is a stretch reflex in the stomach. Only when there is a slight stretch from what its normal situation is, does the mind get a feedback that okay, now we are full. So that's where we say पेट भर गया. The problem was in our daily busy lives, we try to satiate the body using lesser volume of food all the time, which is we say let's be efficient. So we tend to increase the calorie density of foods, which means we add oil, we add sugar, we add salt. So not only is the taste enhanced, from which we say man bhar gaya, but also the calorie density is more. But what happens with this kind of food? That stretch doesn't occur. So we over a period of time start eating more and more volume of food to try and feel full. The problem is we are eating calorie rich, calorie dense foods in higher volume. Naturally that will create weight gain. Now, when you want to switch back to a so-called normal diet and trigger a little weight loss, the volume has to still remain. Otherwise, you will never feel कि पेट भर गया. You can create taste by adding all kinds of flavoring agents which give you that little taste. So you say man bhar gaya. But to fill your stomach, you still require volume. Now, how do you do that? You add things like vegetables, you add dals, you add salad. Essentially, you add fiber-rich foods. You even add carbohydrate, but you try and control its portion. Now, the moral of the story of this video is volume control is overrated for healthy foods, especially in obese individuals. So I tell all the participants who come to me, please eat more food. Don't eat less food. Just focus more on the fiber and less on oil and sugar. The second part is oil and sugar have a thing called a bliss point. We have got used to a certain dosage at 120 kgs. Let's say it takes almost 60 to 80 grams of sugar to give you that high over the day. Can you come down to 30-40 grams? The goal eventually is to reduce the amount of unhealthy things that it takes for you to feel full. But at the same time, continue to nourish your body with volume of food to feel, yes, I ate. Otherwise, that feeling will always leave you feeling incomplete, unsatiated, and worse, you feel, is this going to be my life? And I've seen so many patients tell me they've done a diet, they lost weight, but the color has gone from their face. So, moral of the story, I'm telling you again, don't cut volume, increase fiber. Don't cut taste, replicate it using lower calorie options.